In this 20-minute yoga flow, we're going to sculpt the entire body, focusing specifically on arms, core, and legs. We'll work through dynamic movements and mindful breath to hone that mind-body connection. So go ahead and get settled on your mat. Let's go ahead and start in a comfortable seated position. Let the eyes close, letting the hands lightly rest on the legs. And start tuning into your yogi breath. A slow, deep inhale through the nose, followed by a slow, deep exhale through the nose. Start to blink the eyes open. Inhale, lifting both arms up overhead, lengthening. And exhale, twist open to the right side. So maybe hooking that left hand to the outside of the right leg, gazing back. We'll inhale back through center. Exhale, twist over to the other side. Inhale, lengthen again through center. Exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, lengthen, reaching the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. And then go ahead and come back through center, making your way onto hands and knees into tabletop position. We'll start to make circles, however big or small as you want, maybe even getting the hips involved. So opening up through the wrists, and then go ahead and reverse. So taking your circles in the opposite direction this time, just gently preparing the body for our practice. And then go ahead and find neutral. Keeping the hips right above the knees, we'll walk the fingertips forward as far as they'll go, melt the chest towards the ground, stay on the fingertips, and on the inhale, we'll look forward, so in this extended puppy pose. So just gazing past the fingertips, keeping the chest reaching towards the mat, and then exhale, taking the forehead to the ground again. And then go ahead and rise up out of the position slowly and gently and make your way into your downward dog. So we'll lift the hips up and back, reach the chest towards the thighs, and start to pedal out the feet. So just bending opposite knees, stretching through the back side of the body, opening up a little deeper, and then go ahead and find a still downward dog. We'll inhale from here into plank pose, hold here. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Hold here this time. So we're starting to warm up the core, warm up the arms, the legs, the entire body, really engage. And then lowering down chaturanga, we'll bend the elbows in towards the ribs, lower the entire body simultaneously. Hold here, hovering above the ground, and inhale, push back up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, come forward again, plank pose. Lower down on the exhale. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back up to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Hold here. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Exhale, lower down as slowly as possible, hovering in your chaturanga. Inhale, back up to plank. This time we'll roll both heels down to the left so the body's opening up to the right. Right arm reaches to the sky. We'll come back through center and then roll the heels over to the right, lifting the left hand to the sky. Bring it back down into your neutral plank again, and this time coming into side plank, we'll roll over onto the blade of the left foot, step the right foot on top, lift the right arm to the sky, and then lift the right leg high to the sky for star variation of your plank pose. Hold here, and then take it back down into neutral plank, setting up for the other side. We'll roll onto the right blade of the foot, step the left foot on top, and left arm reaches to the sky, left foot reaches high to the sky, hold there, and then make your way into neutral plank. Push back, downward dog. Hold here, stay with that yogi breath. And then inhale, shift forward into plank, roll the heels down to the left, and then back through center to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Keep going so just the heels and the hips are shifting. And then go ahead and find your downward dog. We'll inhale, lift the right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip, and then square the hips back off. Keeping that right leg lifted, we'll shift forward into our one-legged plank pose, hugging right knee in towards the nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, shift forward again, knee towards nose in that one-legged plank. Exhale, three-legged dog. Take the right leg up. Inhale, shift forward again, knee to nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Last round, inhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. We'll keep the right leg lifted, and from here slowly lower the left knee all the way down to the ground, gently getting there. So now we're back in our tabletop position with the right leg lifted. We bend the right knee and start to pulse the right foot up towards the ceiling. So stay with your yogi breath and keep pulsing. Each time you go up, try to reach even higher than the last time. So keep pulsing up, 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 tapping into the core, tapping into the glutes. And then we're going to draw the right knee over to the left side, grounding it right to the outside of the left leg. And then walk the hands back towards the knees until you can make your way into a seated position with the legs crossed, knees stacked. You can either stay here grasping the ankles, or for a deeper stretch, go ahead and walk the fingertips forward, letting the torso bow over the legs. If the arms are extended, go ahead and walk the hands back in towards the body. Go ahead and uncross the legs coming out of the pose, making your way through tabletop and then making your way into downward dog. Go ahead and lift the left leg this time into three-legged dog. Start to bend the knee, opening the hip, and then square the hips back off. And we'll shift forward into that one-legged plank, hug the left knee in towards the nose, and extend back out long, three-legged dog. Inhale, shift forward, one-legged plank. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, shift forward one more time, knee to nose. And exhale, three-legged dog. Keep the left leg lifted, lowering the right knee slowly to the ground. So we're in that tabletop position with one leg lifted. We'll bend the left knee, start to pulse the left leg up, up, up. Keep going, staying with the breath, remembering that slow, deep inhale, slow, deep exhale. And then we'll start to cross the left leg over to the right and start to walk the hips back, sitting back onto the ground with the knees stacked. So again, we can stay here or walk the fingertips forward for more of a hip stretch. And then slowly walk the hands back in towards the body, uncross the legs, and make your way through tabletop. And then this time make your way into plank pose. And we'll hold here. Make sure that the hips are neutral so they're not lifting too high or the booty's not sinking too low. On your next exhale, the hips lift high and start to walk your hands towards your feet to the back of the mat until you make your way into forward fold. Allow yourself to hang heavy here, releasing through the back, through the neck. And then we'll slowly rise up to stand with the arms reaching up overhead. The hands come to touch at the top, and we'll inhale, lengthen, reaching the fingertips even higher, and on the exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, use the core to bring you back through center, lengthen, and exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale to come back through center, and this time tick-tocking back and forth, right to left. Use the core, finding that lateral stretch on both sides. And keep going, staying with the breath, engaging through the core. And then come back through center. Inhale, start to reach the arms back, lifting the chest towards the sky, arching back a little bit for a back bend. And then exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, forward fold. We'll inhale to start walking the hands back out towards the front of the mat until you make your way into plank pose again, holding steady here. And then exhale, downward dog. Inhale to lift the right leg, three-legged dog, and then sweep the right leg forward, planting the foot between the hands, lifting the arms up overhead, rising up, high lunge. Take a second to check on the foundation of the pose, making sure that the right knee is right above the right ankle. And whenever you're ready, we're going to step the left leg forward, reaching that knee in towards the chest. Keeping that left foot lifted, we'll start to reach it back again, high lunge. And then we'll step forward again. Stay with your breath, stepping back, high lunge, arms reach up. Inhale, arms reach down, leg lifts. Keep going, even being mindful of your transitions, making them careful and smooth. And as you hit each pose, try to hit your fullest potential with each one. We'll step forward one last time, and then go ahead and lower left leg to the ground. Shake it out. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, fold forward. We'll bend the knees, sink the hips, lift the torso, lift the arms into our chair pose. From here, we'll start making tiny little micro pulses in the chair pose. So the hips bob down, up, down, up, keep going. And then peel the heels away from the ground, coming onto the balls of the feet and back down. We'll shift the weight back, lifting the toes off of the ground. And then forward again, peeling the heels away. And then back again, peeling the toes away. Forward again, back again. Stay with the breath. Forward again, back again. And then just rock back to your neutral chair pose. Fold forward over the legs. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or hop back. Find your downward dog. Inhale to lift the left leg, three-legged dog, and then sweep the left leg to the front of the mat, planting the foot, rise up, high lunge, arms lift up overhead, lengthen through the side body, and really ground through that left foot. And whenever you're ready, we'll step forward with the right leg, knee to chest, step back, high lunge, step forward again as the arms lower, and then back again, high lunge, arms lift. Step forward again, find that stability, and stepping back, smooth transitions. Step forward, nice and controlled. Step back, hitting that full crescent lunge. Step forward. Last round, go ahead and take it back, high lunge. Stepping forward one last time, we'll lower that lifted leg to the ground, shake it out. Inhale to lift the arms up overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Go ahead and heel toe your feet to the outside edges of the mat, so going past the mat with the heels slightly sickled in, toes turning out, and we'll go ahead and come up into a standing position. Start to sink the hips, bend the knees, so we want knees right above the ankles in our goddess pose. We'll bring the arms out to 90 degrees, and then bringing the arms in towards one another, we'll cross the right arm over the left, so coming into eagle arms, and start to lift the elbows a little bit higher, gazing back, taking a slight back bend, and then exhale, bow forward with the torso. So try not to move the hips or the knees. We'll inhale to lift the torso and the arms back up, arching back again, lifting the elbows high towards the sky, and then exhale, bow the torso forward again. Inhale, use the legs and the core to lift the torso back up, arching back, and exhale, slowly bow. Inhale, coming back up through center this time, uncross the arms, and we'll take eagle arms on the opposite side, crossing left arm over right. Inhale to draw the elbows towards the sky, gaze up. Exhale to fold the torso forward. Inhale, rise up again, arching back. Exhale, folding forward. Remember to not move the knees. We'll inhale to rise again, power through the core and the legs, arch back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, back up through center, release the arms out to 90 degrees. Go ahead and heel toe the feet in until they're about hip width distance apart. Ground firmly through the left foot, and then go ahead and bend through the right knee, lifting that right foot away from the ground. Reach back to grab the right foot for a quad stretch. So really remember to keep that foot in line with the hip. Making your way into dancer pose, you'll take your hand grip to the inside of that right foot. The torso tilts forward and up as the foot lifts high towards the sky, reaching the left hand maybe forward and up as well. Find your balance, find your stability, find strength through that standing leg. Slowly bring everything back through center, release that lifted foot to the ground. And we'll set up for the other side, so ground through the right foot this time. Bend the left knee, reaching for that left foot with the left hand, stretching the quad, then work your hand grip to the inside of the foot, coming into dancer. You'll start to lift that foot high, reach the chest forward, keep everything reaching up, up, up. Find that back bend. And on the next exhale, release back through center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, plant the palms, hop back, find your downward dog. We'll inhale to shift forward into plank pose. Hold here. And exhale, chaturanga. Hold briefly here. And then push back up, plank pose. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Again, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back up to plank. Exhale, downward dog. This time we'll shift forward into plank, holding here. And go ahead and walk the feet apart a few inches, so we're in a wide-legged plank. And take the arms a little bit wider past the shoulders. And we'll start with our wide push-ups. So we're just going to go down and up, down and up, just like a normal push-up, going as down only as far as you feel comfortable. And if you want to come down onto the knees to make this exercise a little easier, feel free to do so. So just go at whatever level you want. Keep going, staying with your steadiness. And we'll exhale, downward dog in this wide-legged stance. Start to walk the hands towards the feet to the back of the mat. We'll take the feet a little wider and then rise up. Turn the toes out with the heels sickled in, taking the palms to touch at heart center. We'll come into our Yogi Squat, so slowly sinking the hips, bending the knees all the way down until we get into that crouched squatting position. And we'll press the backs of the arms into the knees and the inner of the knees back into the backs of the arms, so providing some resistance there. Get long from the root of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. And then go ahead and look down, plant the palms. We're going to come into our crow pose, so you'll go ahead and set up your foundation. So planting the palms firmly and trying to snuggle the knees as far up the arms as possible. Walk the toes in as close to the hands as possible. Gaze forward, past the fingertips in the middle of the mat, and then start to shift the chest forward. Lift the hips high, lift one foot and lift maybe the other. Keep reaching the heels higher towards the butt. And hold as long as you want, keep breathing, and whenever you're ready, come on back down. Making our way into puppy pose, we'll sit onto the shins. The hips are right above the knees. Spread the arms out long, melting the chest towards the ground. And then just go ahead and sit back from here into your child's pose. Gently releasing, sitting back onto the heels. Stay with your slow, controlled breath and then slowly start to lift the torso away from the ground. We'll swing the legs over to one side, coming into a seated position. Start to extend the right leg out long, bringing the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh, letting that left knee splay open. Inhale to ground the fingertips, finding length through the spine, and on the exhale, start to walk the fingertips towards the toes. For every inhale, lengthen more through the spine, and for every exhale, maybe fold a little bit deeper into the pose, reaching the crown of the head towards the foot. So we want just as much of a back stretch as we do a leg stretch. The next inhale slowly brings you back up through center. You'll keep the left leg in place and go ahead and ground the right foot. Inhale, reach the left arm to the sky. Exhale, twist over to that right side, maybe hooking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And again, lengthen on each inhale. Try to ground through both sit bones. And for every exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. Slowly start to unwind coming out of the pose, and we'll just take a counter bow over to that left side. And then coming back through center again, extend the left leg out long this time, coming into that almost seated tree pose. Find length through the spine on the inhale, walk the fingertips forward on the exhale. Breathing here. On the next inhale, come back through center, keeping the right leg in place. Go ahead and ground through the left foot, bending the left leg. Take the left fingertips back behind you. The right arm reaches towards the sky on the inhale, and on the exhale, twist over to that left side. Taking a nice gentle twist, maybe even gazing back past your back shoulder. Slowly untwist, taking that counter bow to the opposite side, just bowing over that grounded leg, and then rise back up. Remaining in a seated position, we'll take both soles of the feet to the ground with the knees together, and start to lean back, arms reaching out. And lift the feet away from the ground until the heels are in line with the knees. Boat pose. And then we'll lower down, hovering the body. So lower the torso so the shoulders are off the ground, the heels are off of the ground, and then back up. Boat pose. Lower down again, hovering, straight leg. Back up, boat pose. Exhale, lower down, straightening. Inhale, boat pose. Exhale, lower down again. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower, hovering. Inhale, rise up, boat pose. Exhale, lower, hover, and this time extend the arms overhead, fluttering the arms, fluttering the legs, reaching in opposite directions. And if this is too much, go ahead and bring the hands to heart center, just fluttering the legs. Keep peeling the shoulders away from the ground, and then go ahead and lower everything to the ground. Pull the knees in towards the chest and start to make circles, drawing circles with the knees, opening through the lower back. And then we'll take the left foot to the ground, keep the right foot lifted. Coming into figure 4, we'll cross the right ankle over the left knee, let the knees fall over to that right side. Maybe gaze out over to the left side, bringing the arms out to a T or to goalpost. And then we'll use the core to bring us back through center, switching the legs. So taking figure 4 on the other side, and then letting the knees fall over to the left, gazing out past the right side this time. Release the top foot, and we'll bring the soles of the feet to touch, letting the knees splay open, bringing the arms to the sides or maybe even to the belly in our Baddha Konasana bound angle pose. We'll be here for a few long, deep yogi breaths, so just find comfort in the pose. Draw the knees in together and just let them fall over onto one side, rolling onto one side, before gently pushing your way up into a seated position. Let the eyes remain closed, and slowly and gently start to make circles with the head to release the neck, going in one direction, and then reversing, going in the opposite direction. Then find stillness. Sitting up tall, take the palms to touch at heart center. Taking our last few deep breaths together, we're going to inhale deeply and then open the mouth and audibly exhale, releasing the breath. Inhale again, filling up, and open the mouth, exhale, release almost like a ha sound. Go ahead and bow your head in towards your hands, giving thanks to yourself for this practice. Namaste. If you enjoyed your practice, please give this video a like or a comment, and for more videos like this, please subscribe.